Hey there everyone, hey, welcome to this week's video. Tonight begins the holiday of Sukkot. We are so excited. Let's take a look at the sukkah. We are in our home because remember Chabad house is under construction. We've got a beautiful sukkah over here. Pretty nice size, could probably fit, 36 people in there, nice and cozy. And then we have another sukkah over here. This is a larger one. This is 20 by 16. Right here, it's getting a little cold today. So we've got this great heater over here. Hope this will give us some nice heat and a nice kotel motif on the walls. And I want to share a little something about Sukkot. We've got our lulav etrog, which we take tomorrow. You'll notice I've got a lot of those hadassim, the myrtle. There's a custom to add more hadassim in multiples of 3. And then of course we have the etrog over here, which is beautiful. This beautiful etrog. This is actually from Italy, from Calabria. There is a tradition that Moses sent messengers to Italy to get an etrog. And so Hasidim are particular to have an etrog from Calabria. But there's something really beautiful about the sukkah. You know, tomorrow morning, tonight actually, at sundown, begins Sukkot. And the beautiful thing about this mitzvah is that as long as you're in the sukkah, you're doing a mitzvah. It's one of the most amazing things. You can't do it wrong. If you've got a sukkah that is correct, then as long as you're in there, you are doing the mitzvah. It's something really special. But I want to share a little deep insight into the sukkah. Now, you notice this sukkah has, let's look. She's got a wall over here, big wall over here. It's number 2, number 3, even a bit of number 4 with a doorway over there, so that counts as a wall. So you got about 3.5, almost 4 walls. The halacha is that you only need 2 walls and then a little bit of another wall. Okay? And I'll show you a beautiful idea where this alluded to in the word sukkah. Take a look at this. So here I've printed out the word sukkah. So the samach is 4 walls. The kaf is 3 walls. The hay is 2 walls and a bit. So there we know that the minimum is 2 walls and a bit. That's a little hint to that. What is this 2 walls and a bit? So the Arizal and the Alter Rebbe later, Arizal's 15th century Kabbalist from Tzfat, explains as follows. There's a verse in Song of Songs. It says, his left hand is under my head and his right hand embraces me. God has a left arm and a right arm. Left arm is judgment and severity and justice. The right arm is considered chesed, God's kindness. So that's alluded to with the anthropomorphic ideas of a right and a left arm. So the Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur is the left. God is the king, stern justice, analyzing our deeds. And then comes Sukkot. Sukkot is God's right arm that embraces us. Why do we celebrate Sukkot? We celebrate Sukkot because God protected the Jews when they came out of Egypt. Such a beautiful, warm, embraceful gesture. But there's something about an embrace. When I embrace someone, I wrap my arm around them. That's the 2.5 walls. There's the upper arm, forearm, and the hand. The hand is the smallest. That's the 2 and a bit. We are being hugged and embraced by God when we're sitting in the sukkah. What a beautiful idea. But what's going on with this? You know, there's different ways to show affection. There's different ways to show love. You could say, I love you. You can give a person a kiss. You can look at them lovingly. And you can give them a warm embrace. Ironically, the warm embrace, you're not looking at the person's face. You don't see the love, the attention, the affection that is often shown in the eyes, in the smile, and so on. In fact, your face is behind the other person. You see their back. But an embrace, a hug, is one of the deepest ways that we can show love to one another. So what is this idea that God embraces us? It's to say that unlike when we look a person in the face and we tell them, I love you, where there's some reciprocity, where we see something about them that is triggering that. When we look at the person in an embrace, we don't see them. It's as if to say, I love you unconditionally, just for the way you are. And that's what God is telling us in the Sukkah. God says, come as you are. I love you as you are. Which is why when we celebrate Sukkot and we do even small mundane things, whether you're reading a book, having a meal, or playing a game, or chatting with friends, you're doing a mitzvah. Because God says it's not about what you're doing. It's the fact that you're here. You're in the Sukkah. You're in my arms. I love you as you are. That's the beauty of the holiday of Sukkot. I love this holiday. I encourage you to go find a Sukkah. Come to ours anytime you want. We've got one on the center of the quad. We've got one next to the south Woodlawn, the Woodlawn dorm. We've got one, we will have one adjacent to Booth. Of course, we have one right here at 57th and Kimbark in the temporary Chabad house, also known as our home. And there are others throughout the neighborhood. There's the Sukkah Hop on Shabbat where people can go to other people's sukkahs. Make sure you get yourself into a sukkah to celebrate this holiday, to feel the warm embrace of a divine hug. With that, I wish you a good Shabbos and a good Yontif, should I say, Chag Sameach, and a good Shabbos that's coming. And with that, I'll see you soon.